Okay, so going over stuff with the pen tool here. So the first thing we did was we wanted to make a new document, so we hit Control N, go up to here, we changed the name of this to pen tool, just to name our document, change that to inches, we're good to go, hit create. All right, the first thing I showed you guys just a second ago was how to hide your artboard, okay? So to hide my artboard, that's up under View, and then you go to Hide Artboard. The shortcut for it is Control-Shift-H. Your artboard is still there, but now you just have more space that you can manipulate things. All right, so now we're talking about the pen tool. The shortcut for the pen tool is the letter P. It's over here on the toolbar, all right? And I click on that, and now you see that my hand has changed. So anytime you're messing with Illustrator, you want to make sure, like, what tool are you using, right? Think about like a construction person using a hammer or a saw or anything like that. What is in their hand? What are you trying to do, all right? If I was trying to hammer a nail and I look down and I have, you know, a saw, that's not going to work. Right? So I'm doing this with the correct motion. I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing, but what's in my hand is wrong. All right? So I have a pen tool. I'm going to, first thing I do is just click and let go. All right? When I click and let go, this little dot pops up. And if I hover over it, it says anchor. Okay? Anchor points are what makes up everything in Illustrator. All right? So the little anchor point there, imagine like when you're a kid or even adult, whatever, and you're doing the connect the dots, right? You know, you got the little picture and it's just a bunch of dots and it's 1, 2, 3, and you have to find the dots and draw the line to connect all of those, right? So that is the same concept here. I have one dot, I have another dot, I have another dot, okay, and I'm drawing out a shape, okay? I can create a shape doing something like that, all right? So I have made my design, my shape, just by connecting the dots. And all I did was, with the pen tool, click and let go, click and let go, click and let go, click and let go, and then I go back around to close that, okay? So that is the easiest form of the pen tool. I want to make a basic straight line shape, and you can do something like that, all right? That's great and everything, but you know what? I really want to have this be curved, right? I don't want to have it where it is just straight lines like that. Very seldomly will you need something like that. If you were drawing out a picture or a flower or a person or anything like that, you might need more flexibility, okay? So I'm going to go to my selection tool, click and drag. So I've selected those things and I just deleted them. Go back to my pen tool. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is what's called a Bezier curve. Bezier curve, all right? I think it's French, who knows? Probably the French. All right, so this is called a Bezier curve. A Bezier curve is 2 points with a line between it with a smooth curve in between those, okay? So what I'm going to do to get my Bezier curve is just click and let go to get my anchor point. And then when I go over to make my other anchor point, I'm going to click and I'm holding the mouse right here. I'm not letting go of the mouse, holding onto the mouse, and then I drag out. And as I drag out, I will get, this is called a handle, okay? So I've got anchor point, anchor point. This piece out here is called a handle. And you'll see it pops up like that in those pink letters. All right, so this, I'll click on my selection tool and click off of it. That is a Bezier curve, all right? And it's combined by these 2 anchor points, all right? So, and I could use that to create any number of things, right? I can, and you, a lot of times when you're doing this, especially in the beginning, you might have a picture here that you could trace over or something like that, okay? But I could do, let's see, people do like a, right? And I can make some sort of ellipse egg thing, perhaps a petal or something like that, okay? And I can show you some more specific examples, and there's things that you can do with these shapes once you get them, okay? But that is the most basic form of the Bezier curve and the pen tool, right? So you also can do, I'm gonna bring back my artboard real quick, Control-Shift-H. One thing that you're not seeing here is that my shape, as I'm drawing it, is actually white on the inside, okay? So as I select it here, I can see over here it is white on the inside with a black outline or black stroke, okay? So if I go over here, so one thing that'll happen as you're trying to draw this stuff, let me change my inside color so you can see a little bit better. Okay, one thing that'll happen as you do this is you're clicking and then click and drag, and that fills in, and then I click and drag and do something like that. And what it does is, if you have an open-ended object, it will take the first point and the last point and just draw a straight line. It's like, I don't know what to do with this because this is an open object. So I assume what you want me to do is the first dot and the last dot and just connect those, right? So what you can do is I can go back around and connect that shape, okay? So now that it's connected and it's closed off, now I have a shape that is complete, right? And you can do it either way, you know, it's just if that's giving you a problem. You also, as you're drawing, so as I'm drawing something out, maybe I'm tracing something, and now I can't see what it is that I'm trying to draw because my object is right there on the inside. So if you want to, you can go back and click, it's where this is your fill color. If you click this to be none, now it's none, and I can go back to drawing out my leaf dagger thing. And now that I've closed it off and I can see what I'm done, I'm finished tracing. Now I can go back. That's an object. I can go back, selection tool, and I can select it and change my color. Okay, and I did that up here at the top. You can also do it over here. You also can do it over here to the right. Okay. Let me see. Let me stop this video here.